Wow. Miles Morales. Kyle didn't just spoil it from... Well, I suppose it wasn't really spoiling it, was it? It's all outside. But yeah, this is still in that Tom Holland interview that we were talking about. He's mentioned Miles. He's mentioned that he would like to bring Miles in the same way that he was brought into the MCU. He wants to be Miles' mentor, like Iron Man was Spider-Man's mentor. And I'm going to speak for both of us here, Kyle. We love this idea. We love it. I think we've been talking about this. I think this has been like one of the things we've talked about the most on our channel. Mm-hmm. One of our first videos was about this. And the fact that he's saying it now, and he wants to do it, where do you see him kind of fitting this in? Maybe in a Spider-Man 4. Maybe that's why he's teasing it now. Maybe a 5, and then 6 is where Miles completely takes over.
I think, look, Peter's come a long way, and he's learned a lot of lessons. You know, he's lost his mentor and somewhat of a father figure in Tony. He's made so many mistakes throughout the entire trilogy of the films, and he's learned from the mistakes, especially at the end of No Way Home. He's become, you know, he's back to street level. He's not, you know, he's not taking on the world. He's by himself, you know, as traditionally Spider-Man typically is. I think still, I don't think Miles should be shown in Spider-Man 4 in any capacity. Maybe a nod, maybe a tease, something like that. But I don't think he should have any sort of particular presence there yet. Now, I say this because if the film does come out before Doomsday, I'm pretty sure Peter's going to have to, you know, deal with the whole Tony and Doom being the same person kind of thing. I think that's like one more lesson he kind of has to learn is he's got to push past that, and he's got in his own way, he's got to be better, and he's got to really...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's another lesson there I think they could do.
Maybe like a Spider-Verse. Maybe a very, very broken Peter comes out of Secret Wars at the other end. And one of the only things that can actually bring him back is mentoring this younger Spider-Man. Oh, I like that. Marvel, hire me right now. I want all the free bagels. I've heard so much about the bagels.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's where I think they should take it, personally. They might not do that. They might bring Miles into Spider-Man 4. We just don't know. Maybe, you know, Miles comes in for a different way. Maybe he's... Because at the end of the Doomsday, you know, they might combine all these different universes, and Miles just ends up being in there as this young Spider-Man or whatever. I don't know, there's endless possibilities with it, but I think the more streamlined way would be the way that I said.
So what Sony does is the first trailer for Spider-Man 4 comes out.
Why did you say that like an Aussie? first trailer.
The first trailer comes out for Spider-Man 4, and the first thing you see is Kilometers Morales. Because obviously Australians do it by kilometers, so... I think they do. I'm sure they do. I just lied. Maybe. Yeah, first thing you see is Miles swinging and already in his suit, a fully formed Spider-Man with no explanation. That's Sony for you.
Or maybe it's you know, maybe they might not take it that route where he's the mentor to Miles almost. Maybe it's Miles from a different universe or whatever. He's there helping Peter. He's given him a reason to be Spider-Man and to not give up after dealing with the traumatic events of Doomsday, you know, with Tony. There's so much they can do.
Kyle.
Yeah?
I've got a Callum theory.
Go on.
These people are going to hate it.
Go on.
So, Tom Holland's Spider-Man meets Miles Morales in Avengers Secret Wars. Right? Mm-hmm. But he's older than him. Played by Donald Glover for some reason, because people want to see that. I want to see that. And then he goes back to his universe when it all resets and everything, and he meets a young Miles, and this older Miles, I don't know, maybe sacrifices himself or something for him, and he's like, oh my god, thank you, and he goes back and he mentors this younger version.
I think, yeah, that's a cool idea. I think another thing is, like, if
that's why I'm not a writer, because that's my idea.
If the Miles played by Donald Glover, but he's not Miles. I mean, it's already been teased at the end of. This is a good one. So at the end of spoilers, at the end of Across the Spider-Verse, which is a fucking amazing film, it gets revealed there's a Miles out there in the original Spiders universe, and he's turned into the Prowler. Now, we've already seen Donald Glover as the Prowler, and I'm pretty sure that's the MCU's Prowler. So, what if, I don't know, there's so many possibilities. It's like Donald Glover could show up as the evil Spider-Man or the evil Prowler or whatever, and then he then meets Miles from, I don't know, a different universe or the same universe, something like that, and he's like, right, okay, I need to make sure this version of Miles doesn't become evil and like
go down the dark path.
Again, with the Miles, introducing Miles to the MCU, there's so many great possibilities, and I think they'll pick the greatest one of them all. They'll find a way to make it work so well and hopefully pass down the mantle, because we need Miles Morales, man. Just one thing I'll say, just don't rush it.
Don't rush it. Definitely don't rush it. Look, I'm glad that Tom's speaking about this, and he knows what the future is as well, and I'm glad he doesn't want to get in the way of that either. Because Miles is the future.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is, and I think going in this MCU reboot, I think Miles will be our guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a fan favourite character as well, which is why it works. So yeah, look, I'm excited that Tom wants to do this. Obviously, Sony listens to quite a bit what Tom has to say. With like regards to getting the new deals done and stuff like that. They actually listen to him, it seems like. And he's made him a lot of fucking money. So keep listening. Anyway, should we get on to our final topic, Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Wow. Wasn't that a great video? Would you agree, Kyle?
Yes, you should definitely give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed.
We are now late night TV talk show hosts who say subscribe to our channel after video because we are cool.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's kind of what we're doing, aren't we?
Mate, just commit to it.
Oh, no.
But don't commit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right, thanks for watching.
Yeah.